Welcome MTG players, it's Eclectics here, and today we're going to do something different. Let's take a look at all the cards released so far for the latest set, Murders at Karlov Manor. There's been 21 cards released so far. It says 26 over here, but I ain't counting the lands. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about the lands first. So the plains, no idea what this is representing, but it looks like part of a city of some form. So it's a full art basic land that has that thing on the side instead of the middle. Pretty good looking, I think. Not sure if it's great or no, but yeah. So this one has something in the middle as well. Yeah, pretty good looking. I mean, can't go wrong with that. The only thing I don't really like about the themes that they have over here is that, again, like, okay, maybe it's actually better this time, but it wasn't so obvious in the previous set, so I might go with this. But yeah, so this is supposed to be black. It's kind of represented as purple, which is actually pretty awesome for me because I love purple. That swamp representation. So the overall card color is red, basically. Goes with whatever color it is. Yeah, so the thing about white, right? Check out white. Over here, it's represented as yellow. Plains represented instead of white as yellow. Swamp represented instead of black, it's purple. Mountains red. Forest is green. Yeah, it's kind of light green. It's more obvious here, the color scheme. So if you've got it on Arena, you'll probably be able to know that it's a forest. This one you'll know as plains, mountain. So I might, if they release this, I might actually grab this. So we get new art because we usually use the Theros Beyond Death THB lands, the one with the parallax effect, the card style parallax. And during the opens, we usually don't get to see the parallax effect. They kind of disable it for some reason. So this is going to be a new thing that we'll be able to use during the opens and the special events, which is great because my second choice for the lands would be the unhinged full art basics. Yeah, I'd still prefer the THP ones, so I might actually use this. The other ones are not so great, like the Galaxy lands. Pretty good looking lands. All right, let's get to the actual cards now. All right, let's go with the set number ascending. All right, here we go. So first card, this is new, not on my watch. It says exile target attacking creature. So this is the exile effect for white. It's one in a white, an instant exile target attacking creature. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be so useful in the white decks. So excited about this card. Next, the Novus Inspector. Am I saying that right? Novus? If I'm not, well, Novice? I think it's Novus. Anyway, this is a reprint of the Thraben Inspector. Thraben Inspector from Shadows over Innistrad. Yeah, Shadows over Innistrad first print, and it's been reprinted on several other stuff. But let's read it. So this is a card with just one white mana. It costs just one white and says when Novice Inspector enters the battlefield, investigate. And when you investigate, of course, you create a clue token, clue artifact token. And the ability of the clue token is that it's an artifact. Spend 2 mana and sacrifice it to draw a card. Pretty good. I mean, love this card. But like I said, this is a reprint of the Thraben Inspector. So you can now have 8 Thraben Inspectors on any deck. And I'm pretty sure this will be useful in Pauper. I know there's a couple of cards that uses this. The one that has artifact synergies. Yeah, it creates a token with it. An artifact specifically. It has a pretty good body one too. So it's pretty useful. So with 3 mana, so 1 white and 2 generic mana, you can actually have this like a card drawer for 1/2, which is quite a nice value. Early game creature that can block and block tokens efficiently without dying. And yeah, draw you a card later on in the game. Pretty good card. Move on to the next one. We have the Wojak Investigator. It cost 2 generic and a white. And it has flying and vigilance and says at the beginning of your upkeep, investigate once for each opponent who has more cards in hand than you. Oh, this is a rare. Is it? How come? Yeah, it is a rare. Here, it says it's a rare. Art's not too bad, but flying vigilance 2/4 for 3. Yeah, pretty good. Low powered, but it has vigilance, and it'll let you draw potentially a card by creating the token. Yeah, the clue token. All right, 3 good white cards. No more white cards. We move on to blue. This is a benthic criminologist. It's a merfolk wizard that has the ability whenever benthic criminologist enters the battlefield or attacks, you may sacrifice an artifact. If you do draw a card, it's a common. Whoa. Okay, see. Blue white synergy now. You cast this on one, then you don't pay for it. You just sacrifice an artifact. It draws a card. So you don't even have to spend 2 mana. So it's efficiency basically. You'll still draw with the clue token, but instead of actually spending 2 mana on it, on 5 you can just keep it on turn 5 for this to eat the clue token, and yeah, you draw a card. It's also going to eat an artifact when it attacks. So if you've got something like a token generator, like I don't know, something that just keeps creating treasure, or something that just keeps creating clues, this will be so good. Yeah, but at 5 to cast, we don't know the speed of the set yet, so might not be all that great. For now, look, it's looking okay. Move on to the next card. This is the 5th card, and we have Burden of Proof. It costs 1 generic and a blue. Flash, enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +2/+2 as long as it's a detective you control. Otherwise, it has base power and toughness 1/1 and can't block detectives. Okay, so detectives are a thing in this set. Is it new? Is it a new type? Probably. Oh, is the are you a oh, novice inspector is a human detective. Oh, Wojak investigator is an angel detective. So this combos with those two. Burden of proof combos with both of these. We're seeing it now. It's a detective you control. So you can either enchant it on a detective, so it gets +2/+2, or it's basically anti-detective. Yeah. So you build a detective deck, get this, but it's an uncommon. I say use case is still low because we don't know how many detectives there are. So not so useful removal for blue. Don't like it all that much. Deduce, probably the counter of this set. Deduce, instant, draw card, investigate. Oh, no, it's not a counter. It's just draws a card and investigates. So it draws two cards, but it's for 4 mana. So you spend two to draw a card, you cycle it, and then you create a clue token. So at a later turn, you can spend two more mana to get another card. All right, all right. That costs just 2 mana, one in the blue. All right, Hotshot Investigators. It's 6 to cast total, 5 generic and 1 blue. It's a Vodalkin detective with the ability when Hotshot Investigators enter the battlefield, return up to one target creature to its owner's hand. Whoa! If you controlled it, investigate. Whoa! 6 mana for 4/4. Very hefty. But it's a mana war for 6 that potentially draws you a card for 8. What? Up to one other target creature. So it can't return itself. Can't target itself. Can't return itself to draw a card. So if you have 8 mana, potentially, if it didn't have that clause of other target creature, well, it's just a 4/4 for 6. Kind of low statted, so not great, but again, we don't know the speed of the set, so this might actually be and it's common too. Are cold. What's this? It's 4 to cast, 3 generic, 1 blue, an instant spell. It can't be countered. Tap up to 2 target creatures and put a stun counter on each of them. Investigate. Okay, so we have the tappity tap thing again for blue. All right, got you. Forms of removal. All right, we move on to black with lead pipe. It's an artifact clue equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Whenever equipped creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life. You can spend 2 mana to sacrifice it to draw a card. And it's an uncommon. Not so great. +2/+0. So I guess if you put it on a token, sack the token so it dies. But it's equipped too, so you'll have to have equipped for free. Not great because too many things require you to requires you to do too many things. Okay, demand answers. Instant. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact or discard a card. Huh. Kind of like Cathartic Reunion? Sacrifice an artifact. Oh, okay. So it's either discard or sacrifice an artifact. But it draws 2 cards. So not Cathartic. It's a Tormenting Voice. But it has the extra clause of a sacrifice an artifact. It's also an instant instead of a sorcery. Okay, pretty cool. And in turn, sack a clue. Draw 2 cards. But it'll cost you 1 card. If the artifact is free, kind of worth it. If not, not really. Maybe. If we have some form of prowess or instance related to graveyard, yeah. Count your instance or sorceries in graveyard. That can. And we have a reprint of Shock. pretty good art, I guess. There's a lot of other shocks. I got this one. I got the the full version of shocks. Yeah, I have a lot of shocks. A lot of other versions as well. I have this. I definitely have this. I had this. I don't have it anymore. Battle bond print. Yep. All the way back to Stronghold, I believe. Let's double check it. I'm pretty sure it goes all the way back to Stronghold because this is the original art. Yep. Stronghold 98. Yep. Shock. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, this is the one that I was looking to get, but really weren't able to get it. There's one more that. Oh, yeah, this one. This one I have. This one I don't have. Probably gonna grab a set of this one when it releases in paper. All right, let's go to the next card. The Fanatical Strength. This is the trample thing. Oh yeah, kind of like the what you call it, the card on this set. Stampeding something. This one it's fanatical. So red green is alive. Yeah, this is best in red green because red will give first strike, and this one will give it trample. Or if your creature already has trample, give it first strike from red. Yep, profit. Topiary Panther. Is that how you say it? Topiary Panther. Yeah, basic land cycling. Oh, a 6/5. Ooh, you got a lot of this right now. Okay, this just lets me think it's gonna be Ixalan, like kind of like Ixalan, because we have land cyclers as well. This one even isn't even specific. Like it just says basic land cycling, so you can grab like I don't know any of the basic lands. Wooburg. This one puts it in your hand, then shuffle. Yeah, yeah, same. So for two, you do need to spend a green though, so it's fine. But it has trample 6/5 trampler, trampling topiary panther. Wow. All right, let's check this one out. It's Aqua's Prophet, Master Sleuth. So he costs three, one generic, one white, one blue. He's a legendary creature, a human detective with the abilities. Well, he's vigilant. He's got vigilance, and when he ETBs, investigate. Sacrifice a clue. You draw X cards and gain X life. So that's kind of expensive. Oh wait, it's when you sacrifice a clue? I mean, the value for this, I don't know how it will wane off. So maybe detectives are blue white. I don't know. It just seems that like you'll have a you won't be able because this is a priority kill target. If it survives on the board, you draw it in the late game, it'll be great. But draw it in the early game, he's just sitting duck. And getting one, well, X, gain X life. So one One card and one life for 4 on your next turn after you cast this. Not too great. I don't know. He needed more because this is way too much. But maybe drawing X cards and X life. So for 5, you draw X cards, 2 cards, and you gain 2 life. Still not great. I don't think so. Maybe if it had life link, it'd be extremely good, but no. The ability seems to be too much. As a 3 to cast though, in the 3 slot with vigilance and the ETB of investigate, that's pretty good. But the ability is not so good. Alright, well, we'll see. Oh, Aurelia. The Law Above. 5 to cast, 3 generic, 1 red and a white. It has vigilance, flying, and haste. And whenever a player attacks with 3 or more creatures, you draw a card. Oh my god, this is so good. Boros. Here we go, Boros. Whenever a player attacks with 5 or more creatures, Aurelia the Law Above deals 3 damage to each of your opponents, and you gain 3 life. Wow. So we gotta find a way to go wide. You cast this, you win the game. Yeah. Whew. That is an awesome card. That's if we have tokens. I'm pretty sure we'll have tokens. Well, we have clue tokens for sure, but I'm talking about creature tokens. Because we need to be attacking with the 5 on turn 5. So, like, if there's like a tote type of thing here, it would be so awesome. Attacking for 3 will already... So, what's going to trigger? If 5 attack, the 3 will trigger, right? Oh, wait, it says whenever a player. So if your opponent attacks you with 3, he'll draw a card as well? No, you draw a card. So whenever a player, so if your opponent attacks with 3 and Aurelia's mine, I draw a card. Heck yeah! Heck yeah! This is a bomb. This is a bomb. All right. Well, yep. Already loving Boros. Let's look at the control. Curious Cadaver, 4 to cast. 2 generic, blue and white. Blue and black, sorry. Creatures, Zombie Detective. It's got flying. When you sacrifice a clue, return Curious Cadaver from your graveyard to your hand. So you mill it. You draw a card from your deck and you get this back. Okay. Or you can have it trade with something. Right? Next turn you sack a clue or you sack a clue, you get it back. Okay. Shenanigans. But yeah, the shenanigans with the graveyard's not one I love. So maybe not. Let's move to the next. Gleaming Gear Drake. Blue-red, awesome. Artifact creature, Drake. It's got flying. When Gleaming Gear Drake enters the battlefield, investigate. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact. Oh my goodness. Now this is a bomb. This is a bomb. Yep. It's one of those uncommon bombs. Reminds me of the fairy dragon, right? That's when you cast an instant, it gets counters for the instant or sorceries. This one is when you sacrifice an artifact, not just clues, but artifacts. Oh, and you need to sacrifice it. Couldn't you just have put whenever a creature goes to the graveyard or something like this? Whenever a creature dies. Yeah. Oh, we got a Lightning Helix reprint right here. Pretty good. Deal 3, gain 3. Woohoo. You know what? Let's check out the other versions. So, Lightning Helix, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this. Don't have this. So, don't have this, don't have this, got this. Hmm. I'm probably gonna grab this. Looks kind of bad though. I don't know. Are those brains like half a brain? I think so. Brain that's been like cut off. Oh well. Lightning Helix. It's Boros, so yeah. This is 5 to cast. Meddling Youths. Hmm. I kind of. There was a 4/3. Uh. In SOY, right? Shadows over Innistrad that has that discard ability. I forget, but maybe kind of the same. Whenever your creature with 3 or more creatures, what? Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, investigate. Wow, that is kind of a bomb. Yeah. You need to be keeping creatures, not trading them off. For Boros, I don't think that's doable. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know, but looks okay. It's a human detective, so it has a chance to go plus plus. Rakdos is here? Patron of Chaos. It costs 6 mana, 4 generic, 1 black and 1 red. It's a legendary creature, demon, with flying and trample, and the ability at the beginning of your end step, target opponent may sacrifice 2 non-land, non-token permanents. If they don't, you draw 2 cards. Potentially devastating. Potentially. 6 is kind of slow. And I'm thinking there are gonna be blitz decks with Boros. Maybe even red green. Alright, and we're down to our last card, the Magnifying Glass. This is 3 to cast, an artifact. Oh, okay, it's a mana rock. But a mana rock that can produce clue tokens. Okay. You at least did 1 mana rock, I guess. Maybe. Huh. Yeah. Will it be able itself? Yeah, I guess. Discounted. Yep. Hmm. Pretty good, I guess. We'll see. Because if there's a lot of high costed creatures, how? How are you going to survive the late game like that? Right, and of course there are the lands. All right, so far pretty good showing for Karlov. They showcase quite a bit of the removals, specifically for white, blue, and red. Don't have any removal for the other colors yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll get there. All right, for now, those are the previewed cards for the latest Magic the Gathering set. Murders are at Karlov Manor. Yeah, we're hoping to get more previews uh, very soon. There are also some other previewed cards, but these are the important ones that we need to take note of because I want to be able to play Karlov on uh, pre-release, and yeah, I want to do good with it. So we're trying to gauge the cards as early as possible so we have an idea of what to expect. My theory right now is that it's going to be pretty fast because of the Boros cards. Plus you got Shock. That's very mana efficient at 1. Fanatical Strength as well because it's got Trample. So for 2 Trample plus 3/3, that's amazing. That's amazing. All right. Keep looking out for cards and updates for Karlov Manor. Until then, Eclectics out.